What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today is July the 2nd. I want to give you a quick pre-market update, go over some of the hot movers and what big money is really focusing on today. Before we get into any of that, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off with data points, we did have two big ones already this morning. That was Challenger job cuts and ADP employment. Unfortunately, they are rather conflicting. So Challenger job cuts came in at 47,000. Forecast for that is 110. Essentially, that is good. You do want a little bit lower, so it shows more of a stronger economy. ADP employment, though, came in at negative 33,000. Forecast is 90, which is really bad. So you kind of have conflicting data. Markets not really moving in either direction based on that. It was moving higher because of the Challenger job cuts, but aside from that, though, Dow is up 0.3, S&P up 0.2, NASDAQ up 0.12. Getting right to it, SoFi is down slightly, just piggybacking off of the broader market. No news, no fireside chats coming out from them expected for today. 13.75% of the free floats being shorted, works out to be 149.17 million shares overall are being shorted. So shorts have been relatively active, increasing sporadically throughout the last several trading days, so anticipate them to do the exact same today. As far as today, with it at 17.55 during the pre-market, it is trading right above this R1, so 17.54 is going to be a key pivot. If it is able or unable to kind of stay above that, then you might be seeing that 16.44 sooner rather than later. And as I've mentioned, I think it was 2 videos ago, if SoFi was to consolidate, that could be potentially the level it does get to, that 16.44. So don't be surprised if it does hit that, not necessarily today, but over the next couple trading days. But regardless, watch 17.54 for today. 18.22 is going to be the next strong target / resistance points. And in all honesty, SoFi and just the broader market did start to have some rotation out of growth stocks based on what Powell was mentioning yesterday and plus the data. But I feel like that's going to be relatively short-lived. So today you still might see that rotation out of growth stocks, but possibly tomorrow that might be when it does commence, and that would be the last trading day for this week. So let me know your thoughts on that. Moving on, OSCR Health is down 11.15%. This one will be an interesting one to see if big money actually does buy the dip. Like I said yesterday, there was a start of a nice rotation out of growth stocks such as OSCR Health. But the reason why it is down is because it did get a $17 analyst rating. And given where it is at, that's not necessarily the best. Aside from that, though, 14.62% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 30.18 million shares. And shorts right now are at an all-time high, even though it's not significant, like at 15%, but still shorts have been really reactive to the stock price. So when the stock has been really moving higher, shorts are doubling down. They are calling BS on the whole thing. So what's your viewpoint on that? This is one of those stocks, the momentum plays, that I actually never participated in. I didn't buy it, didn't do anything with it, which it does suck. Kind of missed out a little bit, but nonetheless, though, it looks as though today might be more of a consolidation day. Right now, with at 18.20, though, it is trading between this pivot and this S1, so 15.75 is going to be a strong support. I definitely do not see that being touched today. 19.26 is going to be the next strong target / resistance, and given the nature of OSCR and how volatile it is, I'm not necessarily ruling out that 1926 as a recovery today. So just be somewhat aware that there could be a lot of volatility. Nonetheless, this one is going to be one to really add to your watch list if you are a day trader, swing trader, or whatever else. Moving on, Pinnacle Food, PFAI, just started trading recently. It is up 5.65% over the last 5 days, but today it is down 28.4%. So not necessarily the best. And as far as just a quick search, there wasn't really any SEC filings or news articles that did come out associated to this. And then aside from that, though, no real news or any articles coming out associated to it other than just piggybacking off of its technicals, which seems to be flip-flopping almost every day. between bullish and bearish. There hasn't been any analyst ratings on this stock, so that's not a attributing factor. So let me know your viewpoint. Most likely some insider did drop, unfortunately, which would not necessarily be the best. And from what I can see, it shows Jinglong has 380,000 shares, so maybe they were one of the individuals that did sell. So you might be seeing a Form 4 potentially coming out sooner rather than later. It's not heavily shorted, so 0.15% of the free float being shorted, works to be 5,000 shares. So shorts aren't a factor in this stock at all. With it right now at 176 during the pre-market. It is right below this S2, so $1.77 is going to be a key pivot. $1.37 will be a strong support. I don't personally see that being touched, but then again, I don't really see anything and like why it is going down. So potentially something might be coming out very damaging. So just 139 will be a strong support, and then 201 followed by 239 is going to be the next strong target / resistance points. Moving on is ticker NAMM. It is up 49.17%. No news, no SEC filings at all. So be very cautious with this stock. But similar to the last one, it's not heavily shorted, so 1.07% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 49,000 shares. So this one is definitely going to be a day trader's dream, but again, just be somewhat cautious with it. At 10.27, it is trading between this pivot and this S1. 771 is going to be a strong support. And then 1088 followed by 1405 is going to be the next strong target / resistance. So this one might be a pretty good one to day trade. Like I said in the past, if you are bold, then yeah, it could potentially hit this R1 or even this R2, dependent on what big money is doing. Right now, they're really focusing on it. So they might be just bringing it up during the pre-market, dump it during the trading day. But I feel just based on the overall volume, this one will be the one that they focus on today. So you could potentially see, like I said, this R1 or R2. So if you're a day trader, just kind of keep that in mind. And then BBAI is currently down, so maybe getting pulled back with that recent data. But nonetheless, though, it has ran up quite a lot over the last little bit, up 30.26% over the last 5 days, despite not really having all that much in concrete news. They did put out news yesterday as well as the 17th, but still it wasn't substantial that you needed to kind of stop what you're doing and buy. So in reality, this is a very big speculative stock, and I think it might have a little bit of a consolidation stage today, but 27.58% of the free float's being shorted, works out to be 79.43 million shares. Again, big money is really focusing on this stock as well today, just based on the overall volume. But if you're looking at averaging down, buying, entering, or whatever else, with it right now at 662, it is trading between this R1 and the pivot. So 726 is going to be the next strong target / resistance, followed by 810. Flip side, 589 is going to be the next strong support. And dependent on what is also said throughout the day, whether it be coming out from Trump about tariffs or Powell interest rates, something along those lines, you could see it consolidate to this pivot point. So just somewhat be aware of that. But in my opinion, I feel like it is still going to close between this R1 and the pivot. So let me know your thoughts on these stocks. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. What is your viewpoint on the broader market? Do you think that there is a rotation starting to occur? Do you think it's going to be a long-term one? Do you think it's just temporary? What's your general thoughts on all that? One final thing, pop over to my Patreon. I give buy signals on stocks, options, crypto, many of which have been absolutely on point. Definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.